Can you imagine hiring a white actress to play the role of a white character and get a bunch of shit for it? That's actually what's happening in Disney, guys. For the previous reboots of animated films, Disney has prioritized DEI casting, which stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, which has led to many of these films to be led by actors and actresses that are everything else but white. And now that finally Disney made a decision to cast a white actress to represent a white character, they are getting hell for it. They have lost millions of dollars for their bad casting decisions. And it appears now that they are seeing the reality behind go woke and go broke. Look, here's an article by Daily Mail, and it says Disney is set to hire a white actress to star in its latest reboot after dumping DEI amid woke fury. Disney reportedly is set to ditch its DEI-focused casting and hire a white actress for its latest live-action reboot as the company attempts to end its run of the box office bombs. By the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe. I am Efrain Rodriguez, fitness professional, and I deliver breaking news, politics, health and fitness, along with gang stalking experiences. The article says, the studio has suffered a string of flops in recent years after casting previously white characters with actors of color, including Latina actress Rachel Zegler as Snow White earlier this year. She's the one that was on weird, weird. Zegler's outspoken pro-Palestine social media posts also led to criticism of Disney, which suffered a $50 million loss from the movie. The poor box office showing led Disney to shelve its plans to remake Rapunzel, fearing a woke rebrand of the blonde-haired character could repeat its dismal showing. But look, the character is blonde. That's the film. Why are you gonna cry that they didn't select a Latin character to represent a white female? It makes no sense. This just shows you how some people are emotionally driven instead of they're not rational. They don't think clearly. But now the movie has since been relaunched, fueling speculation over who could be cast to hinge the blockbuster fortunes on. Apparently, Scarlett Johansson is eyed to star as the mother Gothel in the new movie. So, guys, we're getting a reboot of Rapunzel. Ziegler in particular came under fire for her takes on the classic plot from 1937, such as saying that the prince literally stalks the princess and said the love story was weird, weird. Here is the clip of Ziegler.
Now that you've told me before that your version of Snow White is different and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White, what did you mean by that?
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story.
That clip made everyone dislike her so much. And then here is Ariel. By the way, I never saw that movie. I do want to watch it though. Following the election of Donald Trump and his anti-DEI crackdown, Disney joined a number of major studios who scaled back or eradicated their DEI departments. And Beloni reported that Disney staffers told him that the company's top HR executive, Sonia Coleman, sent a company-wide email last week informing workers that DEI was no more. Coleman said that the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department was now rebranded as Opportunity and Inclusion, which was to empower all through access, opportunity, and culture of belonging. And look, I'm all for inclusion, but Disney is allowing a very irrational group of people to push them around. It's not even about inclusion anymore, but it's about being true to the art. Not necessarily to allow a group of woke people to dictate how Disney is going to do their job. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like. It really supports the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you later. Bye.